immediate impact she's made on basketball.
Well, I think it's only right that we start the afternoon off with Caitlin Clark, and she has been the impact player for this Iowa Hawkeyes team. You see right there, leading the NCAA in scoring. She is #1 on her team, #1 in D1 with total assists, 195. Not only can she score and make an impact there, but she moves the ball. She does a great job of getting her teammates involved. 7.2 assists per game. Absolutely phenomenal.
Let's take a look at today's starting lineups presented by Capital One. Central Michigan can score. They're the only team in the country with 2 players averaging better than 20 points per game. 4-year starter Micaela Kelly, sophomore Molly Davis. We expect a shootout to get this tournament started. Iowa is young. No seniors in their regular rotation. Monica Sinano just set a Big Ten tournament scoring record with 107 points. She's leading the country in shooting, making better than 2/3 of her field goal attempts. Tamika, everyone, let's play ball. So great to have the NCAA tournament back. Iowa and CMU, the 2021 NCAA Women's Basketball Championship is underway with the first shot for the Chippewas from Kelly and rebounded to Iowa, and here comes Clark.
Well, it's going to be great to see how both of these teams start off this NCAA tournament. You can tell the excitement, the vibe, just getting down to San Antonio, the opportunity to play. And for Iowa, a lot of freshmen to their first NCAA tournament, and even the sophomores, since they didn't get an opportunity last year.
Kate Martin with the miss. Kira Bussell with the rebound for the Chippewas. 18-8 on the season. They won 13 games in conference play. They have won 5 in a row heading into the NCAA tournament.
It's going to be
Davis and one.
And Davis is one of those players that you have to watch. You can see her energy right there. That is something the coach talked about. It's just her intensity and the way that she's able to get to basket. Davis taking it to the rack a little bit, and you know, Sinano down low, normally the rim protector, but able to get out a little bit.
The foul was on McKenna Warnock. And the foul on the other end will be called on Micaela Kelly. And a couple of free throws coming up for Iowa.
This will be an interesting matchup with Micaela Kelly being somebody that Central Michigan relies on being on the court and scoring. But then you look at, you know, Caitlin Clark, how well she's playing, going head to head.
One shot.
It's going to take us all game to go through all of Caitlin Clark's accolades, so we'll take our time with it as she's on the board. Leading the team in scoring, leading the nation in scoring. Second in the nation in assists. Iowa scores, usually her fingerprints are on the basketball. That one comes up short, and our offensive rebound and kick back out to Waters for 3. Central Michigan is a 3-point loving team. Better than 45% of their field goal attempts are threes. You're going to see it all game long.
And that's what Coach Bluter was worried about. She said, Central Michigan, we've got to run them off the line. Iowa, they shoot a lot of threes too, but Central Michigan, they know 45% from the 3-point. 45% of their offense from the 3-point.
Tough drive. It almost dropped for Kate Martin, but she was fouled. Another trip to the free throw line coming for the Hawkeyes down here early against Central Michigan. Iowa made it to the Big Ten title game. They lost at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis to red-hot Maryland, 104-84. Terps never trailed. They were up 11 after 1, 18 at the half, 30 in the fourth. Maryland's one of those teams you look at right now that could make a run to a national championship. So Lisa Bluter was actually very pleased with her team. 4 days, 4 games in that tournament. You never want Maryland to be that 4th game in 4 days, so she told her team, hey, the NCAA tournament's going to be a piece of cake. We don't have to play 4 in a row and end with Maryland in that 4th day. There's actually days off between games.
And that's what she said. On those days off, we will make sure that our bodies are rested and ready to play.
Turnover into the hands of Sinano. And quickly on the run back the other way comes Iowa, but unable to finish is Warnock. Molly Davis will run the point. Yeah, go ahead, Tamika.
I was going to say, for both of these teams, one of the keys is really to run the ball in transition. And Central Michigan, knowing Iowa, how they play their zone defense. They play a lot of junk defense as well. Sometimes you don't know what defense. Micaela Kelly gets on the board for her first three, and with Iowa, you just want to continue to run, and the transition game will be important from both sides.
Kelly's 69th made three of the season. That's just good for second on the team. That's how many threes they make, and Iowa answers back with a three of their own.
Now it's interesting, Eric, getting ready for this game today. I reached out to Kathleen Doyle to say, okay, what are your keys of the game? And she said it's going to be really important from Iowa's standpoint to get another scorer on the board, so you know what Clark's going to do, you know what Sinano's going to do, but another scorer for them as well.
Martin knocked down the three for Iowa, then coming back was Kelly with another one, and Sinano picks it up and gets her first two. Well, certainly, Tamika, one thing that Heather Osterly said about this game, they were not going to back down or slow down or change their tempo or style against Iowa out of the Big Ten. They want to go quick, they want to score in bunches, and Jahari Smith gets her first points.
Yeah, they want to take the ball down low right there. You saw Sinano, Jahari Smith able to get Sinano on her back, and that was one of the focuses. We got to get the ball down low and create our post game.
Rebounded by Waters. Good start here for Central Michigan, shooting 71% from the field. For all of Iowa's great work on offense, second in the country in scoring, they are dead last in the country when it comes to scoring defense. And talk about someone being in the right place at the right time. That's Gabby Marshall, but she couldn't get the easy one. And here comes Central Michigan.
When you have baskets like that, you get frustrated, but sometimes it's just the nerve that you're trying to work up.
Oh, that's a big call right there, because Kelly picks up her second personal foul. We haven't even played a full 5 minutes yet. On the schedule, including all 4 NIT quarterfinals on the ESPN network starting Thursday. Mississippi State and Richmond get it going 6 Eastern on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. And visit NCAA.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Martin with a great start for Iowa, buries the three.
Well, that's a great look by Caitlin Clark. She makes that half court, like literally from one side to the other side. That's what she does really well. You know the attention's going to be on her. You know that teams are going to load up on the defensive end, but she's able to get those cross-court passes and get those easy assists.
Shot clock now down to 8. Knocked away. Good defense there by Iowa. Martin to Sinano. You can see how she draws a crowd when you're shooting 75% from the field. In the 4 games leading into this tournament, you have to find a way to make it tough on the junior from Watertown, Minnesota, and CMU did so there.
Yeah, definitely going to bring the double team and try to switch it up on down low.
Anika Weeks into the game for CMU. A rebound for Clark. They get right up on Clark as she brings it across half court. Deep three on the way. Rebounded by Sofia Karazinski into the game for CMU.
And shots like that, this is what you're going to see. Iowa, they are a fast-scoring team, and so is CMU. You talked about it earlier, Eric. They're not going to back down. And really, when you look at the flow of the game, this is the speed that you see both teams play in the regular season.
Clark on the drive and the foul. Iowa has come back to tie it up, and Caitlin Clark will have a chance to put them in front after this timeout.
Well, it's interesting, but you know Caitlin Clark, when she's on the floor, she's always ready to score.
The NCAA Women's Championship. What's in your wallet?
Central Michigan and Iowa even in the first quarter. Chippewa is the only team in Division I with 2 players averaging better than 20 points per game. Micaela Kelly, Molly Davis, and a key moment here in the first quarter. Kelly picking up 2 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the quarter. That's important because you're taking away a score at 24 points a game, but more importantly, an elite defender who is going to go up against Caitlin Clark today, Tamika.
Well, I think it just changes the whole look of the Central Michigan team. When you have Micaela Kelly and you have Davis on the floor, it forces the defenses to have to focus on two offensive threats. With Davis on the floor, not that anybody else can't step up, but it's just a different look.
Kara Bustle, the senior from Grand Rapids, who was limited to 4 minutes in the MAC semifinal round with a knee strain, came back to play 19 against Bowling Green, knocks down her 24th three-pointer of the season, put Central Michigan back in front.
It's always a good thing when you look at teams like Central Michigan, when you have players that can step up and knock down those shots. Bustle is one of those players.
Well, Davis, you may think that may be a little bit of a deep three. She can go deeper than that. And Caitlin Clark can go deeper than that. She knocks down a long triple. 7 points now for Clark.
Well, you look at Caitlin Clark, and one of the things about her is you have to literally guard her as soon as she crosses half court, because we have seen games where she stepped up and knocked down shots even further than that. So Coach said we got to get the ball out of her hand. We have to make sure as soon as she crosses half court, we know where she is, and she gets the steal and leads the break.
And a steal here, and then it was given back by Marshall to Clark. Sinano, usually if she gets it in there, one-on-one, it's over. That's how good and how effective she's been in the low post.
Well, she does her work early. As you can see, she just kind of bullied her way down low. So all she had to do was catch and go up. It doesn't matter if you bring help defense when you're that low.
A little fade away, and a rebound comes down to Warnock. Rebound pulled down by Davis on the miss by Taiwo. Davis fouled on the pass by Taiwo. When you say Sinano does her work early, what does that mean to Mika?
Well, look at her. You see, she just keeps going back. She keeps going back. She doesn't even meet the ball. She doesn't meet the pass as she lets the ball come to her. But that is something that Coach Bluter said. I want our post players to have 2 feet right underneath the basket. So all they have to do is catch and go up and score at the basket.
She was 48 of 62 from the field. I did the quick math there. I think my math is right. 77% in the Big Ten tournament. And those 107 points, as you saw, a Big Ten tournament scoring record. Iowa played 4 games. Beat Purdue, Rutgers, and Michigan State by double digits in their first 3 games before falling to Maryland.
Well, this is big right here. Micaela Kelly is back on the floor with 2 fouls early and immediately makes an impact.
And scores, and a chance for a 3-point play. So Heather Osterley, knowing she can't keep the senior from Detroit on the bench with the 2 fouls, and that decision pays dividends right away.
Well, definitely, Gabby Marshall took the turnover, but Micaela Kelly comes up with it, and I love the intensity that she takes the ball to the basket. That is something that Central Michigan and Kelly does a good job. She attacked the basket. She forces you to have to guard her, but then also along the 3-point line, being able to have shooters lined up.
Micaela Kelly does it all, can score inside and out, play the point, disrupt on defense. She's got 8. Clark steps in for a 3.
That's interesting. Central Michigan sends 2 players to Clark. Clark still able to get the ball and score.
Well, you saw her look down for a split second, and she looked down at the logo and was like, well, I'm going to take a shot from here. Is it going to be here or not? And now Kelly gets called for the foul. That's 3 on Kelly, and she's on the bench in the final minute of the first quarter.
Yeah, you could tell she did not want a foul. She gets caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, but it's a hard situation to be in. You got 2 fouls going in, and it's only the first quarters. So her presence on the floor is needed, but it's going to be a long game. Kate Martin able to knock down 2 shots. She's sitting with 8 points right now. Really important for this Iowa Hawkeye team that other players are stepping up and scoring.
Waters for Davis. Davis with a crossover, the drive, and the finish.
Molly Davis, sometimes she could be so deceiving when you watch her play, but she is able to sneak her way in and get that ball up.
Sharon Goodman into the game for Iowa. Final 10 seconds of the quarter here for the Hawkeyes. In the hands of Clark. Clark off balance, can't get the 3. And they'll keep it with Iowa with 2.1 to go. Chance to do something here for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, Clark at one point had 3 players on her.
Back out top. Martin buries a 3. What a quarter for Iowa's redshirt sophomore from Edwardsville, Illinois. It is not all Caitlin Clark all the time, but sometimes it feels that way. Good quarter for Clark. Thought about it from the logo. Knocked it down. 7-point lead for Iowa.